Hello, it's Bibi here, and today I have made this video to share with you the way I make this card. This is a card with a lot of dimension, but the mama bear arms can be folded towards a side, so it's easy to put the card inside any envelope. I have applied different techniques like die cutting, coloring, and embossing, but at the end it's very easy. I hope you enjoy it. This is a 12 by 12 sheet of craft cardstock by Stampin Up. Using my Stampin Up trimmer, I'm just going to trim at 5 inches. So this piece measures 12 by 5 inches. And when I fold it, it measures 5 inches by 6 inches. And then I have here another piece of craft cardstock, and that measures 4 by 5 inches. And now I'm going to use a 3 inches circular die to make a window in the front panel and the card base. To do that, I'm going to use my die cutting machine. I have used my embossing plates a lot, so they have marks on it, and to avoid transfer those marks to my cardstock, I place a piece of paper underneath and on top of the cardstock, and so I avoid getting those marks from the embossing plates on the cardstock. I align the frontal panel with the card base and also the circle die. Then I put the paper, as I said, and then I'm going to pass this through the machine. And by doing this, I don't know if you can see here, I get a kind of embossed frame, and this can be used like an embossing technique in another project. But I really don't want that here. I just wanted to put at the same time the two pieces together. So I just going to place this on top, and then you won't be able to see those lines. For the card today, I'm going to use Bear Hugs stamp set. It has 17 individual stamps, and I'm also going to use the coordinating dies. It has 9 dies to cut the beautiful figures that this stamp includes. I'm completely in love with this stamp set. You can make the cutest cards for different occasions. Before I start working, I want to show you how this stamp looks when it's brand new. This is the clear or the cling version of this stamp set, and all you have to do is removing the backing from the sticker sheets and also from the backing foam which is attached to the rubber stamps, like I'm doing here. And when you are done, I would recommend to keep your stamps in this same and original packaging inside the box, so you will make sure that you are not going to miss any of them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the stamps I'm going to use to make this project, and I'm going to get them ready to stamp with them. So I'm going to need some clear blocks to do that, and all I have to do is to press the clear block against the backing of the stamp for 5-10 seconds, and that's it. And I'm going to use Archibald black ink from Stampin' Up, and I have to say this is my new favorite black ink. It provides a nice coverture on the stamp, and also, as you can see here, the images are very sharp. I also like the fact that it's easy to remove from the stamp, so I can even use a baby wipe to do that as soon as I use the ink, or I can just go and give it a wash with water, and the ink is going to come off easily and the stamp is going to look like new. So I just completely love this ink. Something that happens often to me is that I get some spots in the edges when I stamp little text like this one. If you can see the little mark in the corners, so I just press the stamp against the clear block like I'm doing here, and then I finally get rid of those spots of ink in the edges. Now as this is a craft cardstock, I'm going to use a whisper white piece of cardstock to put inside the card. This measures 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then I just paste it with glue inside the card. I'm going to use this stamp to make a banner, and I'm also going to use a piece of black cardstock, clear Versamark ink, and white embossing powder. But before stamping the image on the cardstock, I'm going to use my Stampin' Up body. This is going to reduce the static from that cardstock, and the embossing powder is going to stick only where your ink has been applied and not all over the cardstock. So in that way you get a sharp embossing text or image. So I strongly recommend to use the Stampin' Up body before stamping images that are going to be embossed with the Stampin' Up embossing powders or any embossing powder. Another of my tips when embossing is that turn on your heat embossing tool, leave it on for a while, and when it's hot, use it on the embossing powder. So you will get your embossing powder melt quickly and evenly. It's just a silly tip, I just find it useful. Then I trim the banner with scissors, and I use the 1-inch square punch to make a little shape in the corners of this banner, just like that. And then I'm going to paste this with dimensionals to the front panel of my card. Now I'm going to add colors to these images, and I'm going to use ink pads. This is a smoky slate, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to the bear, like so. And I'm going to use this tool I got in a craft store. I don't know the name of this, but it's just amazing to apply color to images like this. You can apply shadows and things like that super easy, as you can see here. And when I'm going to change the ink color, all I do is rotate the foam in the tool, as I'm going to show you, like that, and I just use another ink color before washing it. I also think how I'm going to apply the inks, so I try to clean the less my tools, because that's another time I have to spend. So I just use a light pink, and then I use a darker pink with the same side of the foam. Now I'm going to use Pool Party to paint the skirt of Mama Bear, and I'm also going to apply Pacific Point, which is a darker blue, just to create a kind of shade and this kind of effect when coloring. Try your best to don't get out of the lines. I just apply ink, a little bit of ink outside of the lines, but as the dies doesn't go completely on top of the image edges, you will notice any ink outside of the image. Now I'm going to place the dies like so on top of the images, and I'm going to run this through the machine. So after using my dies for very first time, I just storage them in a magnetic sheet like I'm showing here, and in the original packaging. Okay, at this point you might be asking why I stamped 2 bears. Well, the reason because I stamped 2 bears is because I'm going to paste them like I'm showing here. I'm too lazy to use the Stamp-A-Magic to stamp the bear in the back, and this might be great for a spinning card or for a shaker card. then I apply Stampin' Up dimensionals on the backing of the front panel, and I just fold the arms from the bear, and I just try to positioning the bear in that window, and I pay attention where I should pay the skirt or the other accessories, so I will keep all the focus and all the attention in that area or in that window. So I add some color in this heart because I got a white frame on the heart and I just wanted all red, and I'm trimming here the little banner that I'm going to attach to the bear hands. I was thinking if I should add the heart or the banner to the bear hands, and I decided to let the banner. So in the banner it says, "Love you, Papa Bear." So this makes a perfect Father's Day card. When applying the glue, just leave the glue dry a little bit so it will be easier to paste that banner to the hands of the bear. And then I'm going to paste the little banner here. I'm still thinking if I can use the heart there or wherever I can use the heart, but no. And then I'm going to stamp some flowers. I thought at the beginning that I was going to stamp the flowers directly on the whisper white cardstock in the background, but then I changed my mind and I decided to go ahead and stamp them with Archibald ink on another whisper white cardstock, and I'm going to use the die to cut them. And in this opportunity I'm going to use my Kotle book. So the dies works with any embossing machine. It takes me in real time 2 minutes to do this. There are a bunch of flowers, and then I'm thinking I'm going to paint this with markers, and then I'm going to paste this to the card with Stampin' Up dimensionals. This is a card with a lot of details. I just found myself lost crafting. So I lost the track of the time and everything when I'm doing this. I do this when my baby is sleeping very late at night, so it's very easy to lose the track of the time. So when I check the video is too long and I have to speed the camera, or I have to trim the video to be able to share it with you. But that's the work I have to do. So that's it. And to finish this card, I just paste the flowers just like I'm doing here, and I'm paying special attention to the window so they will fit perfectly around the window, and the heart is not going to go in this card. But I'm not going to waste that job with that heart. I'm going to paste the heart on the envelope. And now I'm going to add a little bit of twine here, and I'm going to paste this with glue to make it secure to the card. And I'm also going to use metallic silver thread to embellish that banner. I cannot leave this card alone, and I keep doing things and embellishing. And when I finished this video, I noticed that the skirt was too flat, so I decided to add a layer of paper underneath the skirt. You can see the pictures in my blog. It is a tiny difference, but it's a difference. And I'm the kind of person who thinks that small details make big differences. So this is my card, and this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please visit my blog to see more ideas and inspiration. Some of them I cannot capture in videos, so there are more things to see there, and also to order Stampin' Up products anytime. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting. Oh, and you can see here how this card easily goes inside the envelope. Bye! Oh, and the heart. Where is the heart? Where is the heart? No. Well, you can also see in the last pictures how I paste the heart on the envelope. Bye. Bye. Happy crafting.